back to our channel, and today we are here with Sarah and Aid, who have built this incredible treehouse in the woods in the Wye Valley. And so we've come to chat to them basically about everything to do with having a treehouse, marketing, PR, and what it's like to have a treehouse and run it as their business. So thank you so much for having us to your amazing treehouse. So what made you come to the Wye Valley in the first place?
Well, we've been looking for, it was probably about 8 years for somewhere to sort of move to. We've been travelling. We went on a big round world trip in 2004, I think it was, and we decided we wanted to come back to the UK and set up a glamping business rather than emigrate to, I think we were thinking about New Zealand at one point. And yeah, we just had been looking at lots of different parts of the country, and we came here on holiday in 2014. Really loved it. Came back again in twice, I think, in 2015, then started looking for houses. So then our sort of property search started, and that took us sort of 2.5 years to sort of find somewhere. But yeah, we just loved the area. I ride horses, he's fisherman, so it was a good spot for us.
Yeah, I can see why you love it, because it is absolutely beautiful, and
Scenery.
You've got stunning views out of the treehouse. You've got stunning views from your house, so it makes total sense. So I hear you appeared on Escape to the Country in order to find this place, didn't you? What was it like going through the filming process, and they actually found your house? Because normally on Escape to the Country, they all go show you 3 properties and that's the end of it.
Absolutely.
Whereas you actually found the house.
Absolutely. It was actually a friend of Sarah's who came up with the idea, because we were struggling to find somewhere in Wye Valley. So Sarah went ahead and applied without telling me to the TV programme, and then dropped the bombshell that they were very keen and wanted to come and film, I think, pretty much the following week.
They do that to the, you don't know, they're like, we're filming next week.
That's it.
The air was blue.
You'd given them a brief that you wanted somewhere that you could build, specifically a treehouse, was it?
Yeah.
And you found this woodland, and you saw this plot, and you were like, this is where the treehouse is going to go. And how did you go about designing a treehouse? Because, I mean, the possibilities are endless, aren't they, when it comes to treehouse building?
I think the key thing we knew straight away is that we didn't want to do sort of like a lot of the tree houses that are in the UK already. There's traditional sort of look to them, really. We wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
And we both liked American A-frame cabins. We've always liked the sort of clean lines of that. And I think that's where it started. But then we thought, well, we'll put an A-frame up on a platform 4 metres off the ground. Why not?
Right.
There's a reason why people don't do that.
Was it really difficult?
It's extremely difficult to do, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it weighs 55 tonnes. So it's
okay.
You know, it's a big structure, and the beams that are in this main A-frame are 7 metres long, and they have to be out of one piece of timber. And they couldn't drive them down. We've got no vehicle access into the woods, so they had to manually carry them from the meadow, every single beam. So it's lovingly been put together.
So how long did the build take?
8 months.
Yeah, 7.
It was nearly 8 months,
nearly 8 months,
and it just rained the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
The whole time. From
Wettest winter they've had here in about 35 years.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Bad timing. It was like
really bad timing.
It hasn't been quite as wet since, but it was just like the Somme.
Yeah.
The building site. It was difficult. It was difficult for the team. It was 5 men that built it over the sort of nearly 8 months. So it's a big undertaking.
And so when did the build finish?
January the 10th. 2020 was when they handed the sort of keys over to us.
And they were like, happy days, all up and running, and then COVID.
Yeah, so we opened on the 14th of February 2020 and we shut down 5 weeks later. And of course at that point we were living on overdraft in the bank. You'd
invested a lot of money.
We had no savings left. So it was a bit like, oh my God, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
You know, we're now going to have to give all the money back to our guests. That's what we were worried about, and then we just have nothing.
Yeah.
But luckily, most guests we managed to rebook. Probably about 25% we had to refund.
Yeah, because we could all open by
July.
Private places could open by July, so it wasn't as disastrous as it could have been.
But I think the first year we worked out we were shut 6 months at the time, because
Right,
of course it was literally like open again and then shut again, and then open again and we're shut again.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was difficult. It was difficult times, and obviously the job that I do for a living as well, I lost all my clients overnight because they're all in hospitality and leisures. It was a bit of a
disaster.
Bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
A bit of a challenge, but we survived.
But you get all your bookings direct, don't you? And obviously you're a marketing background, you were a hospitality marketing expert, so you should have been happy days. You've got your treehouse and marketing with flying, and then COVID ruined it all, didn't it? But you have managed to achieve all your occupancy through direct bookings, haven't you? So Obviously, that is the best way, isn't it? It's best to get direct bookings.
Yeah.
We do all our bookings direct, and it saves on all the travel agent commission-based payments, isn't it?
Exactly.
So, have you got any top tips for anybody who's wanting to go direct bookings?
I'd say the biggest investment, well, two things. I'd say you need to create a differentiated sort of branded experience, so that because if you're the same vanilla, if you're the same as everyone else, it makes it harder to go direct because you've got a lot more competition, and you need to invest in your website.
Yeah.
I think most people, and it's not to, we were the same. I mean, luckily I built our website, but you get to the end of your build, and your build of your glamp site has taken all of your money, so you have nothing left, and then everyone's like, oh, now I need to launch it. And most people have got no money to do the launch and no marketing budget.
Yeah.
And most people sort of skimp a little bit on their websites because it's just like, oh, I've got to get something out
Yeah.
there. But it is a massive investment, and we get 60% of our traffic is organic search traffic.
Wow.
So we're getting in the region of 65 to 80,000 visits a year to the website,
Oh, wow,
and
okay.
60% of that is from Google, and that's free.
Yeah.
It's just having a really good website that then converts.
So you've got all your SEO optimised and all that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Which definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the marketing side of it, it's got to start way before the builder's finished
Yeah.
with a project
Yeah.
like this.
We started 9 months.
We did, and we had
Yeah.
some fantastic CGI images done, didn't we, of the treehouse, which proved to be remarkably accurate, didn't they?
Yeah, they were drawn from the plans, but that was the thing. We were marketing something that we had no pictures of, and that again is a challenge when you build it.
It's
particularly
really
for
hard.
glamp site owners, because we often are building bespoke structures that they don't exist. You're building them; they don't look great when you're building them, so you can't really show the guests what the experience is going to be like. So I suddenly realised, after about sort of 6 months, and I knew we were going to be quite tight at the end, getting the photography done and dressed, and then getting the website live. So I met a guy through a local networking group who did property CGIs.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, he was also called Aid, so I guess it's very confusing. So I was like, Aid, you need to do us a CGI from the plans, and he literally, it's on our website.
Okay.
And if you look at it, it's
incredibly
apart from some of the
close.
finishing materials.
Yeah.
And he asked me to show him some of the materials. It's so accurate.
Oh, amazing.
But
so you had that image that you could show
Exactly.
people what
so
they were going
people
to
at
get.
least they had something to understand what this, A-frame treehouse,
Yeah.
suspended 4 meters off the ground is going to look like.
Yeah. Oh, that's a brilliant idea.
Gave them a flavour, and that really helped. But I mean, I started doing social and email sort of data collection 9 months. As soon as we broke ground and started building,
Yeah.
I started working on the brand, having a data, email data capture, getting people to sign up for a launch promotion. They didn't know what the launch offer was going to be, but are you interested in staying in the UK's first A-frame treehouse?
Yeah.
Wow.
Without even a picture, and people were signing up. And then created our social channels on Facebook and Instagram.
It's about creating a buzz, isn't it? And creating that something that people don't know quite what it's going to be, but they know it's exciting and they know it's somewhere that they want to stay. So who's your general demographic of people that come to stay?
We have two, really, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, sort of age profile, I suppose, it sort of appeals mostly to sort of 35 to 55.
Sort of millennial couples.
Yeah, millennial couples. A lot of people obviously are keen nature lovers, walkers, those type of people. We get some younger guests as well.
They tend to, and I mean, the split is the sort of millennial couples sort of coming for a romantic stay. Maybe it's sort of Valentine's, birthdays, and then we get sort of older couples, probably sort of 40 to 65, probably a bit more into walking, nature. Again, a lot of people are coming for occasions, so a lot of it's about celebrations and special occasions.
And how do you market to two separate demographics? This is what we're struggling with. We're completely family friendly, so all our marketing is to families. We know we can't mix couples with families, but it means in the midweek in September, we don't really get anybody.
Yeah.
So how do you market to those two completely different demographics? Because what millennials will look at on social media is completely different from what the older generation will look at, isn't it?
I think it surprised us, actually. I think our oldest guest has been 80 and our youngest was
21.
21.
Wow, so you've got the whole
But it's couples only, so that sort of makes it sort of similar. In that they are looking for, we position it very much as the sort of, because the hideout, it's like, get away from everyone else, like leave the chaotic world behind, disconnect.
Switch off.
There's no Wi-Fi, there's no television, and people sort of, a lot of the tree houses go down the route of being very luxurious, which this is, underfloor heating and all mod cons, but they then put all of the tech in, and I think we've really positioned it as that sort of, even like some of the features like the bird feeding, you know, you can lie in the bed and watch the bird feeder, and all the nature sort of is right up close and personal. It's that getting away from everything, and that's a sort of common thread that they are all interested in.
Yeah.
We do find that maybe some of the older couples go out and do more exploring and a bit more walking, but there's enough for them here that the hideout itself is an experience, so they tend to stay with the features we've added on. So they actually stay put and want to enjoy the space.
Yeah.
But I think if you've got the tips for someone who's got, say, like families and couples, or even like groups, I've promoted sites where they've got all three audiences. It's just to create separate content on your website. So have separate landing pages, you know, sections in the menu where you actually have different messaging.
Okay.
Because they'll be looking for different things. So the things that the group want, or the things that, you know, a family get together, you know, will be different to what the couples are looking for. So you definitely can do it.
Yeah.
It's just about maybe having that content, and then you can optimise it for Google as well.
Yes, that is a good tip.
Traffic.
Back to direct booking. So I remember you telling me that you'd kind of researched of how much you would have spent on commission. Say you'd gone with a big company like Canopy and Stars or somewhere like that. There's a lot of tree houses that just go for those big companies that know they're going to market them. Tell me the figures that you said that you'd...
It was scary. In 3 years, we would have spent £65,000 on commission.
Wow.
But I've spent £9,000 on marketing. So if you can do it yourself,
yes, absolutely,
obviously
it saves you a lot of money.
More profit in your pocket.
Yeah.
But it does involve time, you know, and that's the thing. I don't think OTAs are necessarily a bad thing.
No.
If you haven't got the time, maybe sometimes people have got full-time jobs, or one person in the partnership and the team have got a full-time job, and the other person's helping run the business. I think you have to be realistic about. I mean, we underestimated how much is involved. You know, being hosts is full time. I never describe it as a side hustle. I don't know how anyone does it when both work full time.
No.
Do it as a side hustle.
No.
I don't know how you can call it a side hustle
No.
because it's so much work.
Yeah.
But you know, at the end of the day, it's a massive amount of money that would be going off in commission. Most of them charge between 20 and 25%, sort of plus VAT. So it's a massive chunk of your profit.
Yeah, which I guess if you don't have that advertising budget, it does help because you kind of you don't notice that you're losing that 25% on every booking. But if you can do it that way, where you can, how did you kind of spend that money? Did you pay for advertisements in newspapers or online or social media, or what was the kind of, where did you go with it?
We spent more in the first year, so I think our marketing budget the year we launched was 5, so out of that 9 we spent much more in the first year because obviously we were launching. So obviously I'd already built up an email list. We had 500 people at the time that we launched. We can only do 140 stays a year. So actually,
so that was pretty good.
You know, people go, like 500, that's not many. If you've got lots of units, you need a bigger audience. But if you've only got the one, it's not actually that many stays to fill from that list. And our list is now 2,000. So actually, you know, that list in theory could keep us going for several years. So we built the email list. I built a social following. We did some PR. So we worked with a PR professional because you need the contacts in the magazines. And we did some press stays. So we had 3 press stays, and we did a press release, and it got pitched to the media. So we had really good pickup on that. I think because of the story being the first A-frame Treehouse, the fact that it was quite unique. At that point, we hadn't been on Extraordinary Escapes, so it was purely pitching it as being an unusual structure and something different, and things like the outdoor bath and sort of being connected with nature and sort of perched in the tree canopy. So we sort of really played on the nature side. So the press days were good. We got pickup from like BA High Life and Lonely Planet and Wanderlust magazine. We got featured in Red magazine.
It was good.
The Times.
Really good value.
I think PR. I mean, we spent out of that 5,000, we spent 2,500 on PR.
Right. Okay.
So PR is never free.
No.
You need the you need the professional, and actually they know how to pitch it, and they also have the relationships with the editors.
It's the contacts, isn't it, that you need?
So I'm a marketer, but I'm not a PR specialist, and I don't have the relationship with the editor at the Times and the person who runs like Wanderlust magazine.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, exactly. I also did a marketing partnership with Made. Made.com. So a lot of the beautiful furnishings in the hideout was part of our partnership with them. So I did a proposal to 3 sort of interior brands. Made was one of them. And out of the 3, 2 of them wanted to work with us.
Oh, amazing.
So I was a bit like, who do I go with? So I picked Made, and we negotiated with them. They provided £8,000 worth of interiors.
Wow.
We had to provide 10 press days and a prize for a competition.
Okay.
And that was it.
Oh, wow.
And we got, obviously we've done other little quirky features and stuff, but things like all the lighting, the tables, the sofa, that was all through the partnership with Made.
Oh, genius.
But for me, you see, they were the right fit. That sort of Scandi Luxe, and because we've got things like the retro sort of bioethanol fire that's like suspended, it looks like a little UFO. It's quite retro, and their feel was right. So it's again about the brand and knowing what works, not just having lots of eclectic things that don't sort of go together. It's like we went for a sort of style, and they were a good partner. They also had 1.5 million people on Instagram.
Well,
so
that's definitely helps.
That's never going to go against you.
No.
So I think we put about 4,500 people on our Instagram account from the giveaway.
Wow.
That we ran with them.
Yeah. Oh, that's
so that,
amazing.
and we get a lot of our business from Instagram. We've got about just shy of 10,000 followers now.
Yeah.
Which isn't the hugest of followings, but like I said, when you've only got 140 stays a year, we're getting in the region of about 20% of our bookings are coming from Instagram.
Wow. Okay. And it means that you're pretty much fully booked, doesn't it?
Yeah. We're normally fully booked sort of 6 to 9 months in advance, so we haven't got dates now until sort of July.
Yeah.
And we had obviously the COVID, sort of post-COVID years, we had 2 years where we were literally 18 months in advance.
Right, because you get all that backup, don't you? And
then
people are desperate to get away.
I mean, I was putting cancellations out to our VIP list, and that's the other thing, we treat the VIP list, the email list, really like they are special.
Yeah.
I don't put stuff on social.
Okay.
I think that's where people go wrong. If you put everything out on social, there's no reason for people to sign up to your email list.
Yeah.
So whenever we have like first release of dates, new features, like when we added the sauna, cancellations, it goes to that list first, and they get like a 2-week head start on anyone else.
And it makes people feel really special, doesn't it? Like part of
gives them
something
urgency as well, that they need to be quick, otherwise it will go out to the sort of general public, and then it will be sort of gone. And that's been really effective. We were putting cancellations out, and they were going in like 10 minutes, which was just like mind blowing.
Oh, that's amazing.
But yeah, we're running at about the average for the last 2 years is 96% occupancy.
Wow.
So we are fully booked.
Yeah.
There's just the odd one nights that have fallen between bookings that we don't.
We've managed to sneak in today because your guests left today and they're only coming
in
tomorrow.
Got one spare day.
So that's amazing for us. So that is some brilliant top tips, and I know you are a marketing whiz, so feel free to plug your marketing services. Yeah. Your website's getfullybooked.com?
Yes, it's get-fully-booked.com.
And what kind of thing can you do for people?
So basically I help hosts get visible and get bookings, get direct bookings.
Yes, which is what it's all about.
It's all about. Yeah. And because I've done it for the Hideout, I've also got a whole portfolio of clients that I have achieved it for as well, with cottages and little small independent hotels, glamp sites. I've had everything from teepees, yurts, shepherd's huts, the whole
spectrum
shebang.
of glamping.
Yeah, exactly. Not just tree houses, because I think a lot of people always say, well, you've got a tree house, so it's easy. You've got a tree house. But there are over 100 tree houses in the UK now. So
you've still got competition.
Yeah, we all have. So I do it through a couple of things. I've got an online marketing club, which is a membership. So I have members that just pay monthly, and they get training, and they get access to me to give them advice and support. And they also get support from each other. There's about 80 members now, so that's a really vibrant community of ambitious hosts. And I also run like a 7-week group training program called the Fully Booked Boot Camp, which I run every January. So I do a lot of online training. And I just last week ran a conference. So
so we went to the conference, and we'll be bringing you the vlog of the conference probably next week if you want to have a look and see. I won't be giving away all what happened in the conference, but just little snippets of how it went, because it was a really fun day. It was so nice to connect with other glamping owners, and people coming up to me and like, oh, you're Traxon Queen, or oh, it's nice to meet you properly in person, because we've been chatting online and things like that. So it was so nice to get actual glamping owners together, as opposed to like the glamping show where it's all kind of mainly newbies, isn't it?
Yes.
That are kind of wanting to come into glamping, whereas this was just for hosts or people that were going to start in 2023.
Starting in this year,
and hopefully we'll do it next year.
I did say the week before, I was thinking never again. It's so much work organising an event. I'd rather market a treehouse. But the buzz on the day, it was unbelievable, and I will do it again. I'll do it again next
there you
year.
go, heard it here. It's going to happen again next year.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
So yes, I will run it as an annual event, because I think it's one of the reasons why I set up my marketing club, actually, is just talking to other hosts. You learn.
Yeah, it helps. It
We're
massively
generous
helps.
back to people because actually we've learned so much from people who've gone before us.
Yeah.
And we did lots of research stays, so we went and stayed in lots of different places, and you just learn by. And I think you should still do it when you're operating. We still go away a couple of times a year and stay in places
definitely.
that we either aspire to sort of see what they do, or even stays that are not quite glamping to sort of stretch us so that we continue to improve. And I just think talking to other hosts was that was the best part of the day.
Yeah,
I did the
definitely.
panel debate, and that was great fun.
I love the panel debate. That was definitely a key for that. Yeah. Well, I'll wrap it up there because we've whittled on for a while. But thank you so much for having us. Thank you for showing us your amazing treehouse. And we will leave all the information about it in the description. But also, if you have any random marketing questions for Sarah that you might want to just any of these points we've picked up on, if you have any questions, then leave them in the comments, and I can always get hold of Sarah, and I'm sure she doesn't mind answering a few little marketing questions. So next week hopefully we'll have the vlog of the conference, and if you like what we're up to and you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and we will see you again on the next video. Thank you.
Thank you.